It's a very simple problem. So we have the opening stock on 1st January 2000 to balance brought down. To balance brought down 2400. 2400. Now on this we need to calculate the stock reserve. Now if we were putting the stock reserve in the same account, it would have obviously come on the credit side. Okay, so following the same thing, we know that all these stock reserves or loading come in the stock reserve or loading comes in the adjustment account. So it's going to be on in the adjustment account on the credit side. 1st January 2000 buy stock reserve, and the amount is 2400 into 1 by 4. 2400 into 1 by 4 comes to 600. Okay, so what I've done, I've shown the opening stock, and accordingly I've calculated the stock reserve, and I've shown the stock reserve in the branch adjustment account because that's where the loading entries come. Okay, all the adjustments are made here. Okay, especially the whole process of eliminating the profit. Fine. So that's the first thing. Then we have the opening balance of debtors. This will come only in the debtors account, 6,000. 1st January 2000. Two, balance brought down, 6,000. This has got no effect. It's just in the debtors account, no other effect. Then we have cash sales, 3,000. So I will show it here. This is all now during the year. So as of 31st December 2000, buy cash sales, or by cash you can just show as sales. In bracket you have 3,000. Okay, now just to bring it to your point, you may have realized, I may have said this in the past, even cash sales is movement of goods. Even cash sales is movement of goods. Credit sales is movement of goods, but we never calculate loading on this. Can you tell me why? We never calculate loading on cash sales, credit sales. It's movement of goods. Why don't we calculate loading on this? No, yeah, it's basically not a transfer between head office and branch. Cash sales, credit sales are between the branch and its third parties where the profit is actually being earned. But what happens when it's being transferred between head office and branch and head office? It's just a transfer of goods. There's no money as such being paid. The head office is not selling, even though they are quoting the selling price, they're not selling to the branch. It's just transfer of goods. So basically, if we show it at a higher price, we are not showing the correct picture. But cash sales, credit sales are actually taking place at that amount. If you say 3,000, 3,000 is coming, whether the cost plus the profit that's included in. Okay, I hope that is clear. I just thought of bringing it up again. Now, discount allowed to branch debtors. Where will this come? We've already discussed that this is going to come in the branch debtors and the branch expenses. Now, when entries come like this, okay, when entries come like this, that is, they come in two accounts, what we're going to do is we're going to say, put it as 31st December 2000 by branch expenses. By branch expenses. Why I'm putting it as by branch expenses, because the same thing is also going to come in the branch expenses. So don't get confused with this. Okay, don't get confused. Why am I putting it that way? Because the same thing is also going to come in the branch expenses account. Okay, and I can even combine it instead of showing two entries. I can show 1,400 plus 300. Or I'll show it separately just to make things a little easier. Discount allowed is 1,400. Sorry. Discount, this is discount allowed 1,400, and this the same thing is going to come in the branch expenses account as 31st December 2000 to branch debtors. So this is one thing you need to learn in this method, especially these kind of postings where they come in two accounts. You need to post it accordingly. I can't just say to discount allowed here. Okay, if it's going to come in both these accounts, I need to post it this way. So branch debt, this is again just in brackets. Why I write this? So that you know what is the expense. So this is discount allowed 1,400. You can also combine this discount allowed and bad debts. You could say discount allowed plus bad debts 1,400 plus whatever it is. Or you can do it separately. Okay. Similarly, we also have bad debts written off 300. So again, I will say, or I can just put a dash discount allowed and bad debts. Anything is fine as long as this thing is mentioned by branch expenses. So again, by branch expenses, I won't put the date again because it's understood the same date carries on. Bad debts is 300. Bad debts 300. And here we have two branch debtors again. Why I write it in brackets is otherwise you won't know what it is. Okay, that's why I write it in brackets. It becomes easier to know, to identify the expense. Is this clear, everyone? Anyone has questions with regard to this? Anyone has any questions with regard to this? Okay. Then we have collection from debtors. Now, collection from debtors, I would say right now will come only in the debtors account, but if there was cash, a cash account, it would have come in the cash account as well. Okay, but we don't have a cash account, so I'll just put it here. Buy cash as collection from debtors, just to know what the item is, and the amount is 57,600. 57,600. Okay. Then going on, goods sent to branch, invoice price 72,000. Now, where will this come? We already discussed that it's going to come in the stock account because stock is coming in, and also goods sent to branch account. Okay, so when I'm posting it here, I will say put it as 31st December 2000. Now, I always say whenever this goods sent to branch, I always put it as two goods sent to branch account. Two goods sent to branch account, which is 72,000. Okay. Now, this is also suppose we also have a goods sent to branch account. So, how will it come there? How will it come there? In the branch, sorry, in the goods sent to branch account, how will it come here? Can anyone tell me? It's surely coming on the credit side, but how will it come? Yes, it's going to come as buy branch stock account. Buy branch stock account. Okay, so that is 72,000 by branch stock 72,000. Now we are not done with this. We are not done with this. What do we have to calculate on this? Yes, we have to calculate the loading. Okay. Now the loading will always come on the credit. For this, the loading will come on the credit side. So in the branch adjustment account, and loading also, if you remember how we used to put the loading, we used to say buy goods sent to branch itself. Okay, loading also we used to put it as buy goods. We should not say stock reserve. Stock reserve was for only opening stock and closing stock. For all this transfer between head office and branch and head office, even the loading is to come under goods sent to branch. Okay, so in the branch adjustment account, what I'm going to say is 31st December 2000, buy goods sent to branch account. This is the loading, and the loading is the amount is 72,000. 72,000 into 1 by 72,000 into 1 by 4, that comes to, yes, it comes to 18,000. Okay, I hope everyone has understood this. I just do this transaction again. So the transaction was goods sent to branch. Okay, so since it's it is connected with stock is coming in, we show it as two goods sent to branch account. Since we said two goods sent to branch account, in goods sent to branch account we will have by branch stock. Now in some problems they don't ask you to prepare this goods sent to branch account, so that time you just have to show it here. You just have to show it here as two goods sent to branch itself. Okay, as two goods sent to branch itself. So that's one thing. The second part is we need to calculate loading on this. Loading will come on the credit side, but in the adjustment account. So we have already showed this. Buy goods sent to branch account, loading on that 72,000 into 1/4. Where else will this come? Where else will this come? Where else should this come? We are saying here buy goods sent to branch account. Where else will this come? Where else this entry should come? Goods sent to branch account. Yes, it will come here as on 31st December. And how will you post it? It will come as to branch adjustment account. To branch adjustment account. If you see here your branch adjustment account, you've shown 72,000 and on the other side you're showing loading. So actually if you go to see the cost of these goods, the cost of these goods would be 72 minus 6, 18, 62, 52, 54,000. Okay, I hope this makes sense. You've shown the actual the goods that have come in at invoice price, and on the other side you minus the profit element. That's a loading to get the actual cost of these goods. Uh, does loading always come on the credit side? No, need not be. Why has loading come on the credit side? Because this entry was here. If the say the branch is returning goods back to the head office, stock is going out from the branch, it will come this way. That time the loading in the adjustment will come on the debit side. Similarly, to balance brought down, loading came on the credit, stock reserve was on the credit side. For closing balance, stock reserve will be on the debit side of the adjustment account. Okay, that is the same. It doesn't have to always come on the credit side. Why it's on the credit side here? Because it needs to be on the opposite side to eliminate that profit element. Is that clear? Okay. Branch expenses paid by head office. Now these are expenses of the branch. It will come in the branch expense account. So I will just show it as two expenses. We don't know what the expenses are, so I will just write it as two expenses, 15,000. Okay. Sometimes they tell us it's salaries, rent, and whatever. We right now we don't know. I'm just writing it as expenses. And then the next one is credit sales, 60,000. Now where will this come? This is going to come in the branch stock as well as the branch debtors account. Okay. So when I'm posting it in the branch stock, how will I post it? I'm going to say by branch debtors. By branch debtors, credit sales. If this we had a cash account, okay, and I had to post this in the cash account, I would have said put this as by branch cash. But right now I don't have a branch cash. Is that clear? So this I'm going to also post in the branch debtors. That's why I'm saying by branch debtors, credit sales, and the amount is 60,000. And here we have 31st December 2000 to branch stock credit sales. When you post things like this, okay, especially across two accounts, preferably mention it in the bracket what the item is. Otherwise, you won't be able to understand what the item is. So that's why you see I'm mentioning it in the bracket just to understand what the item is. Okay, so this is 60,000. 60,000. And the last thing is closing stock. Always leave a line before you write the closing stock. There could be a balance. Okay, so by balance carried down. 60 for 11,400. Now we have to calculate stock reserve on this. This will come in the branch adjustment account as two stock reserve on 31st December 2000. Two stock reserve. Okay, so that is 11,000 400 into 1 by 4. It comes to 2850. Correct. It comes to 2850. Okay, that's it. Now it's time to close. Now let's start with the first account. Uh, if we see this 57, we have here, sorry, the branch stock account 74,400. Okay, 60, 71, 400, 74,000. Now, if you see the branch stock account is tallying. Okay, now it's not that the branch stock account will always tally. So sometimes there could be missing figures. Sometimes they may not give you this. Okay, they may not give you this. Sometimes there's something called as surplus or shortage, which we're going to see in the next problem. This is a simpler problem. That's why I've done it first. If you see here, it's tallying, and there is no problem at all since it's tallying. Okay, there could be a balancing figure which you need to consider in other problems. There could be. Okay, here it's tallying, so there is no issue at all. Right now it's tallying, so there is nothing, there's no balancing figure. Coming to the branch debtors account, this is 66,000. This is 66,000. Okay. The what will be the balancing figure here? There is a balancing figure. What will be the what will it be called? What will the balancing figure be called? What will be the balancing figure here? It's very obvious. Whatever it is 57, 58,000, 59,300. So that's 6,700. What will the balancing figure be called here? Yes, it's a closing balance. Okay, it is the closing balance. So by balance carried down. By balance carried down. This is the balancing figure. Now we don't need to transfer this anywhere. Okay, it just we don't need to transfer it like how I used to do it, transfer it to the branch account and no. Here they are more of independent accounts. Okay, they're showing independent balances. That's why it's used for larger branches. So by balance carried down, this is the closing balance, which is the balancing figure. Now, coming to the branch expense account. If you see here, the total is the total this side is just one side 15,000, 16,700. What am I going to do with this? 16,700. What am I going to do with this? Where will I transfer this? I have a balance of 16,700. Where will I transfer this? What are all these? These are all the expenses. Yes, all these expenses put together will go to the profit and loss account. Now, some of you may have said we could have put this in the profit and loss account directly. Yeah, but then what happens? There'll be too many items in the profit and loss. So you open a separate branch expense account, show all the expenses, and then the total is transferred to the profit and loss account. So as on 31st December 2000, so since we have a profit and loss account, I'm going to say by branch profit and loss account. This is the balancing figure. Okay, 16,700. So if I said by branch profit and loss account 16,700, in the profit and loss account it will be 31st December 2000 to branch expenses account, and that comes to 16,700. That comes to 16,700. Okay. Next. Is this clear, everyone? We're still not done with the profit and loss account. Okay. Next one. Now coming to this, you don't need so many lines here. You see here 72,000, 72,000, 72,000. Okay. Now, what is this? This is basically, this is going to be transferred to the trading account. This is the balancing figure. Okay. I'll explain what this means. 72 minus 18 is 52, 54,000. Okay. Now, whose trading account? This is going to go to the trading account of the head office. Okay. This is, let's just look at this. This is going to go to the trading account of the head office. Now, if you try to imagine the trading account, I don't have the trading account of the head office. If you try to imagine the trading account, how will it be shown in the trading account of the head office? Say this 54,000. How will it be shown in the trading account of the head office? How will it be shown in the trading account of the head office? Okay, I'll just do a small trading account. This is just to understand. It's always good to know and not just by heart things. Okay, say I have, this is the trading account of the head office. This is the trading account of the head office. I don't have all these figures. Normally, we know in the trading account you have two opening stock, okay, two purchases. Then you have the side you'll have two buy sales. How will this come? How will this transaction which I'm talking about come in this trading account? If you have set here two trading account, in the trading account it will come as buy goods sent to branch. It will come as buy goods sent to branch. That is some 54,000. Now, my question to you is, are these the goods that have actually been sent by the head office to the branch? From where did this come? Branch stock 72,000. If you go back here and you see two goods sent to branch 72,000. Okay. And on the other side, what do we have? We have the loading 18,000. So what you're showing in the trading account is the actual cost of goods that the head office has sent to the branch. The cost of goods is not 72,000. The cost of goods is actually 54,000, which you can see in the trading account. So besides the head office selling to its own customers, it has also sent goods to the branch of 54,000. Okay. Actual cost of goods sent to the branch is 54,000. Not 72,000. 72,000 is at invoice price. So this is how it would look in the trading account of the head office. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, so this I prepared just for you to know. This goods sent to branch account, the balancing figure is always sent to the trading account. And when I mean trading account, of the head office. What is the meaning of that? They are actually showing in the books of the head office, it's actually showing what are the goods that have been sent to the branch. Okay, so this balancing figure does not go anywhere. It goes directly to the trading account of the head office. Okay, now coming to this, let's close this. This comes to 18,600, 18,600, 18,600. Okay. The balancing figure of this is called to gross profit. Because if you see, these are all profits. These are all elements of profits. Okay, stock reserve, this is loading, this is stock reserve, these are all elements of profit. So this balancing figure is called to gross profit. And the amount is 18, sorry, okay. The amount is 5750. Now I made a mistake. I won't put it as gross profit. If okay, it is gross profit. It is gross profit. So if it's gross profit, where should it come? If it's gross profit, where should it come? Where should it be brought down? Where should this be brought down? It's gross profit. So where should it? Trading account? Gross profit. Once you calculate gross profit, where does it come? It comes down in the profit and loss, right? So what I'm going to say is to branch profit and loss. In brackets, I'm going to put it as gross profit just to understand that this is the gross profit and it's a balancing figure. Okay, so in branch profit and loss, I'm going to say 31st December 2000 by branch adjustment, which is the gross profit. 15750. 15750 is not required. And then we have the total here 15750. Sorry, this is the debit is higher. This is 16700. 16700. Branch profit and loss account 16700. This will be transferred to by general profit and loss account. Now, whose is the general profit and loss account? It's a profit and loss account of the head office. Okay, so 16,700. This will be 950. Can anyone tell me whether this is a profit or a loss? Can anyone tell me whether this is a profit or a loss? Have we made an overall profit or a loss? Delete this. Is this a profit or a loss? What is this? Profit or a loss? I think you can easily make out whether it's a profit or a loss. Have we made a profit or a loss? It's a loss. Yes. Your expenses are 16,700. Gross profit is 15,750. How can this be a profit, Nisha? This is a loss. Your expenses are 16. If it was a net profit, which side does the net profit come? Your net profit always comes this way. If it comes on the other side, it's exactly like your profit and loss account. If there's a net profit, it comes here because your credits are more than the debits. If it's a net loss, it comes here because your debits are more than the credits.